Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Blue Ice Talks. I'm Blue and I like to talk about figure skating. In today's video, I'm going to go over the history of the World Figure Skating Championships and how they've evolved and developed. The story of the World Figure Skating Championships starts back in 1892, as this was when the International Skating Union, or the ISU, was formed to govern competitions in speed and figure skating. The very first World Championships were held in 1896, and these were known as the Championship of the Internationale Eislaufvereinigung, and these were held in St. Petersburg in Russia. There were 4 competitors at the event, and it was won by Gilbert Fuchs of Germany. From 1896 to 1901, the championships were an all-male event, since figure skating was viewed as a male sport. However, in 1902, because there were no specific rules regarding gender of competitors, Madge Sears of Great Britain entered the championships and she won the silver medal behind Ulrich Salchow. This led to the ISU Congress of 1903 considering gender issues, but they didn't pass any rules relating to it until later. Eventually, in 1905, at the ISU Congress, the ISU established a women's competition which was called the ISU Championships rather than the World Championships, and it was considered second class compared to the men's. The men's and women's events were held separately, and the first women's event was held in Davos in Switzerland, where the event was won by Madge Sears. 2 years later, the first pairs competition was held in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1908, and these were also called ISU Championships. In 1924, these and the Women's World Championships were retrospectively called World Championships, and the winners were given World Champion status. The first pairs World Champions were Anna Hubler and Heinrich Berger from Germany. The next significant year in the ISU World Championships history comes in 1927. At the beginning of the World Championships, judges were invited by the host country and were also natives to that country. However, the 1927 event was held in Oslo, Norway, and 3 of the 5 judges were Norwegian. These 3 judges awarded first place to the Norwegian competitor Sonja Henie, while the Austrian and German judges placed the defending champion Helmut Szabo of Austria in first place. This controversial result stood and gave Sonja Henie her first world title, but this led to the ISU introducing a new rule that no more than 1 judge per country was allowed on the panel. In 1930, the World Championships were held in New York City, and this was the first World Championships in figure skating that were held outside of Europe. They were also the first that combined all 3 competitions into one event, so men's, women's and pairs skating. Of course, we're still missing one of our 4 disciplines, and ice dance, the last one, wouldn't make its debut until 1952. In Paris, in France, in 1952, ice dance made its debut, and the first world champions in ice dance were Jean Westwood and Lawrence Demy from Great Britain. And then the last major structural change to the World Championships came in 1990, where compulsory figures were finally retired. In this section of the competition, skaters traced the compulsory figures and they were judged according to their smoothness and accuracy. However, for viewers, this was considered the most boring part of the sport and often the most difficult for them to understand. Many people can see that a skater has landed a jump and therefore should get points for it, but understanding the nuances and details of compulsory figures made for quite boring viewing. So now that we've looked at the history of the events, let's look at who's come out with the most medals and the most titles. Starting with the oldest event, the men's event, Ulrich Salchow has the most titles, with 10 titles. For the women, Sonja Henie from Norway has the most world titles, again with 10. In the pairs event, Irina Rodnina has the most world titles with 10, but she completed these with different partners, and so the pairs team with the most world titles is Irina Rodnina and Alexander Zaitsev for the Soviet Union. And then for the ice dance event, Ludmila Pakhomova and Alexander Gorshov from the Soviet Union have the most titles with 6. In the men's event, 2 countries have achieved podium sweeps. Austria achieved them in 1925, 1927 and 1928, and the United States achieved one in 1952, 1955 and 1956. In the women's event, 2 sporting bodies have achieved podium sweeps, the United States in 1991 and the Figure Skating Federation of Russia in 2021, as Russian athletes could not compete under their own flag. In the pairs event, again there have been 2 countries that have had podium sweeps. Germany had one in 1939 and the Soviet Union had one in 1969 and 1988. And in ice dance, 3 federations have had podium sweeps. Great Britain had one in 1955, 1956 and 1968. The Commonwealth of Independent States had one in 1992 and Russia had one in 1993. In terms of cumulative medal count by country, the United States is in first place with 290 medals, 60 of them being gold. The Soviet Union in second place with 110 medals, 44 of them being gold, and Austria in third place with 116 medals but 36 of them being gold. And now let's look at the winners of the most medals on an individual level, starting with the men. With 10 gold medals and 3 silver medals, Ulrich Salchow has the record for the most medals for a man at the World Championships. Karl Schaefer from Austria has 10, with 7 of them gold, 2 silver and a bronze. Willy Bockel from Austria is in third, with 4 gold medals, 3 silver and 2 bronze for a total of 9. Fritz Kalscher from Austria is in fourth, with 3 gold medals, 3 silver medals and 1 bronze, just narrowly beating Yuzuru Hanyu from Japan, who has 2 gold medals, 3 silver and 2 bronze, and Jan Hoffmann from East Germany in 6th, who has 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals and 3 bronze medals, all 3 with a total of 7. Dick Button of the USA is in 7th, with 6 medals, 5 golds and 1 silver, and Alexei Yagudin from Russia is in 8th, with 6 medals again, 4 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze. Hayes Allen Jenkins is in 9th with 6 medals, 4 gold and 2 bronze, and Elvis Jocko from Canada is in 10th with 6 medals as well, 3 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. And then let's look at total medals in the women's event. The woman with the most medals is Sonja Henie from Norway, who has 11, 10 gold and 1 silver. In second is Michelle Kwan from the USA with 9, 5 gold, 3 silver and a bronze. In joint third is Carol Heiss from the United States and Herma Szabo from Austria, who both have 6, made up of 5 golds and 1 silver. In fifth is Katharina Witt from East Germany, who also had 6, but these were 4 golds and 2 silvers. In sixth is Lily Kronberger from Hungary, who also has 6, made up of 4 golds and 2 bronze. In seventh is Irina Slutskaya from Russia, who also has 6, made up of 2 golds, 3 silvers and a bronze. In eighth is Yuna Kim from South Korea, who again has 6, 2 golds, 2 silvers and 2 bronzes. In ninth is Carolina Kostner from Italy, also with 6, who has 1 gold, 2 silvers and 3 bronze medals. And in joint 10th is Mao Asada from Japan and Suke Dijkstra from the Netherlands, who both have 3 golds, 1 silver and 1 bronze for a total of 5. Next, let's look at the pairs teams with the most medals, and we're going to look at teams rather than individual skaters. In first place with the most medals are Aliona Savchenko and Robin Sokowy from Germany, who have 8, made up of 5 golds, 2 silvers and a bronze. Next is Ludmila Belousova and Oleg Protopopov from the Soviet Union, who also have 8, made up of 4 golds, 3 silvers and a bronze. In third is Ludovica Jakobsson and Walter Jakobsen, who represented Germany/Finland and had 7. 3 of them were gold and 4 of them were silver. In 4th are Shen Zhu and Zhao Hongbong from China, who have 7 as well, 3 gold, 3 silver and 1 bronze. In 5th is Irina Rodnina and Alexander Zaitsev from the Soviet Union, who had 6, all gold. In 6th are Elena Valova and Oleg Vasilyev from the Soviet Union, who also have 6 medals, 3 gold and 3 silver. And in 7th, Pang Qing and Tong Zhan from China, who also have 6 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver and 3 bronze. And then in joint 8th are 3 teams who all have identical medals, 4 golds and 1 silver for a total of 5. And they are Andrei Brunet and Pierre Brunet from France, Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov from the Soviet Union, and Emilia Rotte and Laszlo Solas from Hungary. And then finally on to ice dance. Natalia Bestemianova and Andrei Bukin from the Soviet Union had 8 medals, 4 gold, 3 silver and 1 bronze for the most medals. In 2nd comes Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko from the Soviet Union and the Commonwealth of Independent States, who also had 8 medals, 3 of them gold and 5 of them silver. In 3rd is Irina Moiseva and Andrei Minenkov from the Soviet Union, who also had 8 medals, 2 gold, 3 silver and 3 bronze. In 4th is Lyudmila Pakhomova and Alexander Gorshkov from the Soviet Union, who had 7 medals, 6 of them gold and 1 silver. In 5th place is Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer from Canada, with 7 medals, 3 gold, 3 silver and a bronze. And then in 6th place are Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron from France, with 6 medals, 5 gold and 1 silver. And in 7th place is Oksana Grishuk and Evgeny Platov from the Commonwealth of Independent States and Russia, with 6 medals, 4 being gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze. In 8th place is Shailin Bourne and Victor Kratz from Canada with 6 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver and 4 bronze. And then in joint 9th place, both with 5 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze, is Madison Chock and Evan Bates of the United States, and Natalia Linichuk and Gennady Karponosov from the Soviet Union. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you learnt something. If there's a video topic that you'd like me to cover, please do let me know in the comments or on social media. I have my card with all of my links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!